Hi everyone, I'm News 2 meteorologist Marcus Bagwell, and this is edition of News 2 Gives Back. It's brought to you by Nashville Subaru in partnership with Goldstone Financial Group. And we are wanting to take time and recognize the Wilson County 911 dispatchers as they do a tremendous work. Just a couple of weeks ago, we were actually in Mount Juliet recognizing their 911 dispatchers as they are now considered first responders. And that is a great thing that is happening here too in Wilson County. So I have Ms. Bridget Clark. She's the supervisor and PIO for the Wilson County 911. And then we have Captain Scott Moore. He's the PIO, Public Information Officer. That's what that stands for the Wilson County Sheriff. Ms. Bridget, let me start with you. Tell us about this wonderful building here that you all have, and you all house several different agencies in here that help get calls out to first responders.
That's right. This is the Wilson County JCC. It houses Wilson County 911, Wilson County EMA, and the Wilson County Sheriff's Department.
Okay, and what about them being considered first responders? It's great to have our first responders in the street too, but when you call here in your time of need, they are really our first responders that help us calm down and help provide the information or get the information to get out to the first responders that are on the street.
That's right. They are the first responders. Our 911 dispatchers, when you call in, will remain on the line with you from the time you call in until the time we disconnect. Even when the other agencies are online with us, we're there in case anything else happens or is needed. We're able to get that and relay that information where it needs to go.
Sure. And tell us about your staff. How many people do you all have here? What's the type of shift that they work? But you're always here, of course, 24 hours.
We're 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, weekends and holidays.
Yes.
My agency, Wilson County 911, has 15 total dispatchers. WEMA has 12 total dispatchers, and the Sheriff's Department also has 12.
Okay, that's a lot. That's a lot of people. And tell us about the communication between these. So you call 911, it goes to a 911 call taker, and then it gets dispersed to a different agency depending upon where it needs to go. Is that correct?
It's correct, depending upon the location and what needs are there. So if you need an ambulance, we would either go to transfer to Mount Juliet EMS or to WEMA. Same with fire, depending on the location and what is needed. For us, we're able to turn around and speak to WEMA or to the Sheriff's Department so that we don't always have to rely on technology. We can rely upon each other.
Sure. And finally, Ms. Bridget, tell us about the relationship that you all have as the County 911, but you also have Mount Juliet as well. Two great agencies, but y'all still work together and your systems talk to each other so that if somebody's calling in from Mount Juliet, they're going to still get that information back to the proper people in Mount Juliet.
Correct. So for Mount Juliet, we have a CAD adapter. And so when we start our CAD with the information for Mount Juliet, it will actually go ahead and start their CAD for them and give them the alert that, hey, we've got a call coming in. For our WEMA and the Sheriff's Department, WEMA knows, we give them the location and say, hey, you've got a call coming while we're still gathering information, and then we'll send the call over to them. We all have a great working relationship, and we're all part of the same team. It doesn't matter what agency we're working for.
Right, that's true. And same team, same agency is, of course, is very important. That's where Captain Moore comes in. Tell us about what it's like to have these people on the other end of your radio when your deputies are out tending to calls.
Well, you've heard the term that communication is everything, and it really is. And the jobs that they go through is really stressful. A lot of trauma comes with it, with things that they hear over the phone. And so when our officers are responding to calls, they're giving them every ounce of information that they need, not only to respond efficiently and effectively, but also safely. Getting to wherever the location is where we're responding, getting there safely is utmost importance, because if we don't arrive there safely, then we still got that issue going on. So I have the highest respect for our dispatchers. The communication center is second to none. They're able to be in one room and communicate with each other. And again, communication's everything.
Sure. And talk about how the communication, you say it's improved a lot when we think about the 2020 tornado that came through here in Lebanon and back through Nashville. You all were in different places at that time, at least the communicators were, but now with them all being together, it makes it a lot easier. Is that correct?
Correct. Whenever you have a critical incident that happens, such as the 2020 March tornadoes, having everyone in this room would have been, I mean, it would have been outstanding as far as the communication phase of it. When it happened, everybody spread out. Of course, you have a command center that you know, get or establish for everybody to get into to talk with each other. But to have the dispatchers here in one room, if we would have had that during that incident, it would have made things so much smoother as far as relaying information out to our officers.
Sure, absolutely. We think everything, the work that you all do as sheriff deputies, of course, Lebanon Police, you have Mount Juliet Police. Ms. Bridget, I want to ask you one more question. What does it take to become a 911 first responder dispatcher? Of course, you have a lot of screens that we see that are happening at one time. And of course, you got to have a lot of patience and process a lot very quickly.
Very quickly. So for 911, each agency has their own set of guidelines that they have to go by. But for 911, you have to be 18. You have to have a high school diploma or the equivalent of GED, a valid driver's license, and pass a drug screen. And we train you to do everything else.
Wow. Wow, that's great. So it's very, very simple process, and it is something that you would like to do. As you heard here, you are a true first responder, the first one that takes the call as they come in. Miss Bridget, thank you so much. Captain Moore, thank you very much. We're excited. We brought them lunch today as a way to say thank you for all of their hard work. And, you know, the first people that you call when you dial 911 are these people here in any county, in any place. And so we're thankful for them. This edition of News 2 Gives Back is brought to you by Nashville Subaru in partnership with Goldstone Financial Group. Thanks for watching, and we hope you have a great rest of your day.